Hello, everybody. Celicroid here. I apologize for not being around too often. And right now, at the moment, I am currently fighting bronchitis. But this isn't a channel update. God knows I don't need any more on this channel. It appears that that's all that's coming onto this channel anymore. I'm not here to talk about any plans or anything like that. I actually wanted to make this kind of serious. Something happened recently, and it's got me very upset. And I started looking around at the gaming community in general, and started seeing some stuff that I'm not really liking anymore. I'll start at the beginning, and this is completely unscripted. Like I do most of my stuff. I want to be real to you guys. I want you guys to have the thoughts coming off my head as messed up of a brain I have. So bear with me here. So there's a YouTuber I follow, and I get a lot of news from him. Really interesting news. He's best known for his Dirty Dev series and his Diamond Dev series, which are basically, for the most part, indie developers that are either totally messed up and do some really screwed up stuff, or are awesome and amazing, and they really care about the community that they're building. This guy's name's Sid Alpha, and he's a pretty awesome dude. I really recommend his videos, though it would be nice for him to kind of get some more like positive videos out there rather than constantly reporting on, the bad stuff in the community. But that needs to be reported on too, so I don't blame him. I still love the videos nonetheless. Well, June 2nd, the other day, he did a video on Star Citizen, which I don't actually know much about it other than it's supposed to be some sort of big epic space RPG like simulator type game or something like that. It's been in development for about 5 years now, and has currently made close to $200 million from backers, and the game hasn't even come out yet. It is still buggy. It's still has abysmal frame rate and stuff. It's it's really screwed up. And he apparently, I guess they have a new package on their site called the Legatus pack, and basically you get like 117 ships in game that's not even made yet, that's not even complete. You can play basically just like an alpha basically if you back them up, and you get all these ships and a bunch of other stuff for $27,000, not $27, $27,000. And anybody in their right mind would think that that is pretty messed up. As good as the game may be coming out in the future, whenever it does, if it ever does, $27,000 to have pretty much every ship in the game that's absurd. That's like even beyond Bethesda's whole golden horse armor stuff in Oblivion. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about what happened to Sid. He after he made that video, I guess he got some comments, talking shit to him, making threats and stuff. And any person that deals with that stuff, they just shrugged it off. Those internet threats never really go anywhere anyway, so it's best to just ignore them. However, somebody sent him an email and was very graphic about their threatening him, threatening his family, giving in-depth details. He didn't go into it. He mentioned a couple little things about it that just got my blood boiling, and it made me start thinking, the gaming community is falling apart, and it needs some help. There are too many of these people out there now that are I'm not blaming the community itself. I would never do that, because even I know for a fact that the actions of a few do not represent the actions of the whole. However, the media doesn't see that. The media sees this kind of stuff and attacks gaming as a whole. They absolutely refuse to see anything else going on and just loop everybody together in one big thing, even though that they're the ones coming out talking about how you can't blame them, they're just a small portion. But there's so much of it being reported now that it's making the whole look worse and worse and worse. And it's these idiots, these fucktards, that are ruining it for everybody. And it's not just in the gaming community. It's everywhere. I mean, it's getting really, really screwed up. And I don't want to see our games get attacked anymore. I don't want to see the hobby that we love so much go down the toilet. I understand that everybody's going to have their biases. I have my biases. I absolutely love the Legend of Zelda series. It is my favorite series, which is why I have this footage going up right here. Not because it's the only game I could really put on there that didn't seem too violent and to go completely against what I was talking about. But I'm willing to acknowledge when there's something wrong. When Breath of the Wild came out, I was so happy for that game. I had so much fun playing that game. And then Jim Sterling made his review of it. And I watched it and I'm like, you know, he's got some points. And then I started seeing it myself. I thought Breath of the Wild was going to be my favorite Zelda game of all time. It's not. Right now in the top 3, it's got to be like, it's like Link to the Past, Skyward Sword, and I can't even think of the third one right now. My head's pretty messed up at the moment because of this bronchitis, which may not seem like it makes sense, but when you're someone like me, it can kind of bother you. But like when Gamergate was out there, and I don't know a whole lot about Gamergate besides what the 2 different sides are to it and all that stuff, but overall, from what I'm guessing and what I'm trying to put out there is that Gamergate was meant to be one big good thing. It was meant about ethics and journalism, right? Meant about getting those gaming news outlets to report the news properly and give honest opinions and not, be paid off or make stuff up or not attack. But a few people had to screw it up for everybody. And now Gamergate's branded as one big anti-feminist or anti-woman and one big sexist organization. Like one big, huge, gigantic, we don't like you women in our video games and stuff. And that only gives ammo to people like Anita Sarkeesian and so many others out there who want to brand gaming as being sexist and stuff. We can't let that happen. And I think as a community, we need to start calling out all those out there that are doing this stuff. I mean, when Bully Hunters came out and stuff, they got all kinds of publicity. Why? Because of these idiots out there that actually do harass women in multiplayer games and stuff like that, who do talk in a similar way and just straight up are harassment. That's why Bully Hunters got so big. But then again, too, I mean, the bigger they went, the farther they fell. And they're non-existent now because of all the lies that they were spreading out there and they got found out. But the fact that they got so big in the first place isn't because there is all this sexism and everything out there. They got so big because of the few out there that they used to push this narrative, to push all this stuff. And that's what's happening now. And now it's getting worse. Now people are being attacked just because of an opinion. Just because somebody loves a game. Why? Why do you have to love a game so much that you are willing to threaten people in such a horrible, obscene way? Why? What is the point? Hell, even murder-suicide? What kind of fucking idiot are you? You're going to go and kill somebody and then kill yourself over a game that you love just because somebody has a different opinion. Why? What is the point to that? That is counterproductive. They're not going to learn anything, and you're not going to be able to enjoy your hobby. That's it. That's like, I just really wish that we as a gaming community could fight back, but we don't. Instead, we take to our games, and then when somebody calls us out, we just yell back. Why? Why can't we do more? Why can't we prove that's not what we are? Why can't we go out there and do something that makes us seem more than what we are being, than what everybody is being told to believe, just because of the actions of a small group of freaking moron idiots that are so in love with the concept of something that it probably won't even be around much longer. I mean, it's completely asinine. It's dumb. It's retarded. And if it keeps up, I think something really bad is going to happen to gaming in general. We've already seen all kinds of people talking about censorship in games and stuff. We see people out there talking about, violence is created by video games without citing any kind of evidence. And people believe it. And why do they believe it? Because of the few people that are the example of what they're trying to push. I understand I'm probably just starting to ramble on now because, frankly, I cannot hold something like this very long unless I write it all down. But I wanted to be completely open-minded and honest and just let it all fly out about how fucked up this is. Sid Alpha does not deserve these kinds of threats. Anita Sarkeesian, as much as you may disagree with her, I know I disagree with her on almost everything she talks about, does not deserve these kinds of threats. You want to know what they do deserve? They deserve to have their opinion challenged. They deserve to have somebody go to them and tell them why they're wrong. And the only reason Anita Sarkeesian can't, the only reason she completely ignores anybody who gives her an opposite opinion is probably because of the trolls out there. Now, I'm not trying to defend her in any way. I happen to think she's a con artist myself. But that doesn't give anybody a right to go there and threaten rape, to threaten murder. Nobody deserves that shit. Nobody deserves to be swatted. If you are that kind of person, if you honestly think somebody deserves to die or they deserve any kind of harm done to them just because of a game, because they don't like your game, because they don't like certain aspects of a game, or any kind of opinion whatsoever of a game that you do like, you are fucked up in the head and you need to seek help. And I'm urging anybody watching this that do have those types of thoughts to seek help. Because I have encountered these kinds of people myself on Facebook. But you know what? I don't attack them. I prove them wrong. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say now because frankly, I do not know what else to say, and I'm having a lot of trouble trying to control my coughing at the moment. And there it goes. Excuse me. Anyway, I want to make more videos like this in the future, and I'm hoping this one comes out good at least. So, Yeah. Anyway, don't be an idiot. Don't be one of those people. You're better than that. The community is better than that. And I urge everybody watching this, if you see somebody going out there calling and doing stuff like that, making threats or harassing somebody just because of an opinion or because they're a woman or because of anything, and you know that it is not something done in a, a funny way, or, well, frankly, threats aren't funny at all. You know what? You screw it. Forget that whole part. If you see anybody out there that is acting like that is just being a total fucking asshole, call them out. Kick them out of your parties. Kick them out of your games if you can. Call them out. Because if they get called out, and if they get called out enough, chances are they'll probably stop. Anyway, thank you for listening to me rant. And take care. Hopefully I get better soon so I can talk much better. Anyway, take it easy. Laters.